Cowboys and Aliens, the massive films from DreamWorks, which is due out July 29th, 2011. It's been directed by Jon Favreau, who's just come off Iron Man 2. He's directing this film. There have been 3 cast members added to it. Paul Dano, who was in There Will Be Blood and Little Miss Sunshine, he'll play a cowboy in this film. Keith Carradine, who's part of the Carradine acting dynasty, will play the town sheriff. Clancy Brown, who was recently in A Nightmare on Elm Street, will also play a cowboy. And they'll join Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, Olivia Wilde, Sam Rockwell, Noah Ringer, and Heavy D in this film. This is huge considering it's got DreamWorks behind it. It's a graphic novel adaptation, but I think they're going all out in this film, and I'll give you examples why. We have 3 major writers on board. Damon Lindelof, who's the writer behind Lost, and the writing team Alex Kurtzman and Robert Orkey, who are the writers behind The Island, The Legend of Zorro, Mission Impossible 3, Transformers, the Transformers sequel, and Star Trek. And for the first time, we've got Brian Grazer, Ron Howard, and Steven Spielberg producing this film. It's been shot by Matthew Libatique, who shot for Darren Aronofsky, Pi, Requiem for a Dream, and The Fountain. He did the cinematography for Spike Lee films, Miracle at St. Anne, Inside Man, She Hate Me, as well as for Jon Favreau, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, and he's going to be shooting this. As I said, it's based on a graphic novel, and recently DreamWorks have just published a synopsis for this film. It's set in 1873 in the Arizona Territory. A stranger, who's played by Daniel Craig, Zeke Jackson, with no memory of his past, stumbles into the hard desert town of Absolution. The only hint to his memory is a mysterious shackle that encircles one wrist. What he discovers is that the people of Absolution don't welcome strangers, and nobody makes a move on its streets unless ordered to do so by the iron-fisted Colonel Dollarhide, played by Harrison Ford. It's a town that lives in fear. That Absolution is about to experience fear it can scarcely comprehend as the desolate city is attacked by a gang from the sky. Obviously the aliens. Screaming down with breathtaking velocity, they challenge everything the residents have ever known. And now the stranger, Zeke Jackson, played by Daniel Craig, who they rejected, is their only hope for salvation. As this gunslinger slowly starts to remember who he is and where he's been, he realizes he holds a secret that could give the town a fighting chance against the alien force. With the help of the elusive traveler Ella, played by the beautiful Olivia Wilde, he pulls together a posse comprised of former opponents, townsfolk, Dollarhide, who's played by Harrison Ford, and his boys, outlaws and Apache warriors, all in danger of annihilation. United against a common enemy, they will prepare for an epic showdown for survival. So that's Cowboys and Aliens, due out July 29th, 2011. I mean, what Favreau's done with massive effects and entertainment to Iron Man 1 and 2, I'm sure he'll be doing the same. And I can't believe, like I said, the production team, Brian Grazer, Ron Howard, Steven Spielberg behind this film. Being a graphic novel, obviously, as I read the synopsis, it created